Story number 2, publishers reportedly not nailing down release dates to avoid potential GTA 6 clash. This comes from Tom Ivan at VGC. The looming release of Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 6 is reportedly causing unease amongst some competing publishers. The next entry in the open-world crime franchise, which has sold over 435 million lifetime units, is one of the industry's most anticipated releases of all time. The company said last month that the game is on track to hit its previously announced fall 2025 release window, and according to Bloomberg's sources, rival game publishers are waiting as long as possible to commit to their release dates for next fall. They want to see if GTA 6 will make its deadline or be delayed until 2026, with the goal being to put significant distance between the release of their own games and Rockstar's, it's claimed. Take-Two has said itself that it's planning to avoid clashes for its biggest titles, which also include next year's Borderlands 4. I think it's safe to say that we wouldn't, and no one would, stack up huge releases unnecessarily, says CEO Strauss Zelnick. They told Variety last month. It's safe to say we wouldn't, and no one would. It's like, we've seen it before, and we'll see it again. Jason, were you the one?
It is so funny that you had me on today, and you chose in the Roper Report to have a story aggregating my article.
That's what we do. We like to spread the love. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Spread it around.
Yeah, you
Spread it all around.
Got to give some credit to the website that copy-pasted.
Copy-pasted, because so that we can copy-paste.
So that you can read it all.
But then see, here. So at the end of the day, it goes back to the source.
Sure.
So it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that this like got traction. So a little bit behind the scenes here is that Bloomberg Business Week, which is our print magazine, asked me a few weeks ago to participate in this feature they're doing that is like the biggest things for 2025, like the biggest things that are happening next year. And I was like, well, duh, like the biggest video game possibly of all time is coming next year, or on like at least currently on track to come next year, GTA 6. And they were like, great, write up a few paragraphs about it. And I was like, sure. And the paragraphs I wrote were mostly, other than this little tidbit, mostly like aggregating information that I had already reported or that was already public. And it was just kind of like meant to be like one of those magazine spreads that you see that is like looking ahead to 2025. But because it was put up as a standalone article yesterday, hilariously, while I was on an airplane yesterday, it was put up as a standalone article about GTA 6. All of the kind of GTA hungry people out there interpreted this as like breaking news on something when it was really just like a little feature in a magazine. So now it's been aggregated by all the gaming sites, this little tidbit. Yes, it's true. I mean, to me, this seems really obvious. Like, of course they are, but it is interesting. I mean, there are definitely some publishers that I've talked to who are like, hey, if we have a game plan for next fall and we know that it could be like one of these possible dates, like it could be August, it could be September, it could be October, something like that. They are waiting until the absolute last minute to decide that because they want to see when GTA 6 is going to come.
Absolutely makes sense.
But yeah, that to me seems kind of obvious.
Yeah.
But yes, it is true. It is definitely happening. I can confirm my reporting that it's happening.
Love that. Gut check. When do you think GTA 6 releases?
Anything I say is going to be aggregated on Reddit.
So don't say that again. I'm not trying to get you.
But I will say, no, I'll answer your question. I would be shocked if it like actually made it next year. I think that it will probably slip again because Rockstar Games always slip. Red Dead 2. I'll never forget. I was in Warsaw, Poland, sitting in the offices of CD Projekt Red, talking to them for my first book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, in I believe it was like October of 2016. I was in there, and I'll never forget the Red Dead 2 trailer hit, or like they announced the screenshots or something. They announced some Red Dead 2 Redemption thing, and they were like, coming fall 2017 is what they said at the time. And I remember turning to the CD Projekt people and being like, I hope you guys aren't planning Cyberpunk for fall 2017. And they were like, no, don't worry. Cyberpunk would, of course, come out 3 years after that. Red Dead 2 would slip to spring 2018 and then fall 2018. And that was 6 years ago. Games are even more complicated, even more moving pieces now, slipping even further now. So I wouldn't be shocked if it slips to 2026. I would be shocked if it doesn't slip to 2026. Like, gotcha. I'd be shocked if it actually hits fall 2025. But as of right now, Take-Two is saying that they're on track. We'll see if that's still the case in a few months.
This episode is brought to you by Imperial. Imperial is a complex, challenging, feature-rich action RPG. In a far-flung corner of the galaxy, an expedition arrives on a hitherto unexplored planet to find a colossal monolith built by a lost civilization. There are no more ruins. The monolith is filled with danger, and the expedition is ill-equipped to unearth the secrets within. All eyes turn towards an elite mercenary who may succeed where all others have failed. Venture inside the monolith and face the automatons that yet remain, remnants of the impossibly ancient civilization that built this unknowable structure. Survive and uncover revelations that transform our understanding of humanity itself. Imperial features a memorable cast of characters with personal quest lines and multiple endings for each one. Of course, you can unlock new abilities to personalize your playstyle and upgrade and modify the loot that you find. Your only hope of victory lies in mastering a unique and complex combat system, so get on it. You can wishlist Imperial now on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. Wishlist Imperial today. This episode's brought to you by Aura Frames. Isn't it funny how the people we love most are often the hardest to shop for? Luckily, there's one gift that everyone on your list is sure to enjoy: an Aura digital picture frame. Aura frames make it incredibly easy to share unlimited photos and videos directly from your phone to the frame. And when you give an Aura frame as a gift, you can personalize and preload it with a thoughtful message and photos using the Aura app, making it an ideal present for long-distance loved ones. Greg, Kevin, and a ton of people at Kinda Funny are obsessed with their Aura frames. It takes about 2 minutes to set up a frame using the Aura app. That means you'll be able to easily add all the photos of the new memories that you will create this holiday season. Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code KINDAFUNNY at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. This deal is exclusive to listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. auraframes.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. Jumping off that, like even without GTA, whether or not it makes 2025, I'm looking at 2025 as like a major year in video games. Do you think that it is going to be one of those like up there, holy crap, some of the biggest things ever have happened?
What is making you say that?
GTA as a concept, whether it actually hits or not, I do feel like next year we will get those exciting kind of moments and like at least them talking about it, and at some point planning on releasing it next year. Switch 2, it being revealed, it getting its launch lineup, us knowing what its first year looks like, which I expect to be nothing but bangers. And I mean, that alone I think is enough. But on top of that, I am expecting some other pretty major titles that people have been looking forward to.
Borderlands, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, guaranteed, right? Unless it's delayed, but I feel like it hits because they've said 2025 for Borderlands.
Can't imagine they would want that next to GTA, but who knows? We'll see. The Switch 2 alone is going to make a huge impact on the gaming industry. We're in an interesting place because it feels like a lot of the big AAA games are kind of failing to hit in a way they maybe would have a few years ago. In the years before, like Fortnite and Roblox took over everybody's friggin' TV screens and phones. So, I am very curious. I mean, a lot of people have been saying survive to 25 has been like a mantra among video game developers, being like, look, we need to fix things. We need to get like money back in the industry. We need people buying games again, yada, yada, yada. And so I think there's a hope. A lot of people are looking at GTA 6 as like something that'll the rising tide that will lift all ships, because the PlayStation 5 is not like selling on the same trajectory as the PS4. It is kind of either flattened or even slightly behind the PS4. And a large reason for that is that so many people are playing Fortnite, which you can play in your PS4, that you don't actually need to buy a PS5. So the hope among a lot of people is that GTA 6 will lead to a lot more PS5s getting sold and therefore bigger audience in general. Meanwhile, Steam is bigger than ever, so that's been interesting to watch. And I don't know. I'm very curious to see what happens. I mean, I think that something that I always consider is that a lot of the games that take off and become mega hits, you would have no idea the year before. Like, you would have absolutely no clue. If we were talking at this time last year, Balatro and like Helldivers 2 being massive hits, Power World, like you mentioned, like, are you kidding me? Like, who would have possibly guessed that? So it'll be interesting to see. But Switch 2 alone will make such a big impact that it is going to be fun to watch. I hope it's announced soon.
Yeah, me too. And then you look at the Xbox side of things, and I feel like they had one of, if not their best showcase this summer when they kind of
I feel like everybody says they have the best showcase every summer, and then they never actually release anything.
Well, I mean, look, that there's truth there, but I do think that last year's was I think a standout compared to a lot of the other showcases that they've had. Even when at the end of the day, I think Xbox has good showcases.
Yeah.
And
because they have the same games every year.
Well, there's that, and then they release the games, and some of them don't live up.
If you show Fable and Perfect Dark every year.
Sure. But we actually saw Perfect Dark this year. We don't always actually see it.
Actually
Okay.
saw. That was like any game developer would look at that demo and be like, "This is the fakest shit I've ever seen in my life."
Maybe this is deja vu, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, I think that in 2025 we are going to get the most Xbox Game Studios releases that are actually coming.
I mean,
out.
I've been playing. I know you're not into it, but Indiana Jones is super good, and
people are loving it.
Yeah, I really enjoy.
We gotta
that.
win. They gotta win.
I think I'm really excited about Avowed. I can't wait to play that game. Outer Worlds 2, maybe we'll see some of that soon. Fable, I'm excited for that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming that I'm super stoked about. And what I love about Microsoft is that they put everything on PC day one, which I very much appreciate.
Yeah, great stuff out there.